So we've just completed our video notes, and the next thing on our pacing guide tells us that we are going to do 1.1 tasks 2 and 4. So we don't have to do 1, we don't have to do 3, just 2 and 4, and I can find those in my book on pages 7 and 8, and it also is in Canvas where you're finding this video. So you're following along. This tells you exactly where to go, what to do. So for task 2, it asks us to complete the number line. Then graph the number 2. So we are on this number line. So here's 0. So here's our positive numbers going this way. Negative, go to the left. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're doing this in your book. You're going to have to get it checked off with the teacher to get your check mark. Then we go the other way. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So our number line is set up. We've completed the number line. Then graph the number negative 2. So we're here at 0. We need to go in the negative direction 2 units. So I'm going to put a dot on negative 2. So we have completed the first task here. Now it wants us to graph the opposite of negative 2. You have this word in your notes, and it's also here in your book. An opposite, right, is the same distance, but on the opposite side of 0. So we had to go 2 units to get here. So the opposite, we need to go 2 in the other direction, puts us at 2. So the opposite of 2 is 2. Explain how you use the number line to find the opposite. Well, we know the first time we went to the left, so now I had to go to the right 2 units. So I went right 2 units, because before we went left 2 units, and I have to do the same in the other direction. B tells us that the integer, remember that's just a whole number, positive or negative. So the whole number integer 3 is 3 units from 0. 1, 2, 3. Which integer is also 3 units from 0? So if we have 3 units from 0, 1, 2, 3, what's another number that's also 3 units from 0, but not just 3? Going the other way, 1, 2, 3. The other integer, also 3 units away from 0, is negative 3. And then it says, how are these integers related? How is this integer, negative 3, related to the integer 3? Well, they're both 3. They're on opposite sides of the number line. So 3 and negative 3 are opposites. C says how many units from 0 is 0 on the number line. So if we're here at 0, how many places do we have to move to get to 0? 0. Hope you got that. Okay, right? I don't have to move at all to get to 0. So what is the opposite of 0? What do you think? So take a second and talk with a neighbor about what you think the opposite of 0 is. So there actually is no opposite of 0. It's just its own little thing right there. You're not moving anywhere. So, whoa, that is a crazy H. There is no opposite of 0. It's the only number that does not have an opposite because it's not positive or negative. It's very neutral in the middle. You can't move to go either way, so there's no opposite of 0. Okay, last part of this problem here is D. What is the opposite of 5? So we have to go double opposites. Opposite of the opposite of 5. And you write it as the negative is another word for opposite. So the opposite of 5. Okay, so let's draw out ourselves a little number line here and mark 5. Here's 5. So what is the opposite of 5? Would be negative 5. So the opposite of 5 is negative 5 right here. But now I need the opposite of negative 5 takes us back to 5. So the opposite of 5 is actually just 5. And if you drew this picture, I will take that as an explanation. So, right? So first we did the opposite of 5 is negative 5. But then we had to go, the opposite of that takes us back to just 5. So there you go. So we have talked about opposites. They're the same distance, but on opposite sides of 0. So make sure you have A through D filled out to get credit for that.